This is a Pastor Doom situation in this nation. Yeah, let's get it, yo. Let's get it. Let's talk about this shit. Sun downtown. Hero child saves Trump. We're talking about the NRA 2025. FWA attacks healthcare workers. Funky town, Calmdown. Shout the cynical one. Shout the cynical one. Shout the ski mask in the building. Yo, y'all give me a one in the chat if my mic is okay. If my cheap Walmart mic is okay, give me a one in the chat. Went from, yeah. I need y'all to get me up. Let me know how my mic sound. Let me know how my mic sound. Give me a one in the chat. Give me a one in the chat if my mic sounds good. Give me about a good one. Let me know how my mic sounds. I need somebody to let me know how this mic sound. But anyway, we're going to get into it, right? Funky Town need to calm down. Young man, young rapper done got gunned down with his 5-year-old daughter. At the car wash. At the car wash done got gunned down with his daughter, 5 years old, a day after her birthday. It's crazy out here, man. So Funky Town need to calm down. We've been talking about a lot of the crimes that have been happening in Fort Worth, Texas. We've been talking about it, right? Fort Worth out of line. A lot of bad, wild stuff is happening out there in Fort Worth, Texas. Yeah, but sundown child saves Trump. Yep, I'm telling you. I'm out to find it and show it to you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Probably passed it up. Damn, I had it queued up, but I ain't got. Here we go. I had it queued up. I had it queued up. I had it queued up. Hey yo, Ski Mask, how do my audio sound? Is it a 1 or a 2? Is it give me a 1 if my audio is good? Give me a 2 if it's horrible. Let me get like a 1 or a 2. Somebody in the chat, give me a 1 or 2. It's a little static. Pull it back, man. Pull it back. Let me pull it back then. Let me pull it back. Let me pull it back. It's 1 point. Damn. Pull it back then. Let me pull it back. Let me pull it back.
Texas after the sun went down. Uncensored, it was a town known as a hub of hate, a radical respite of racism. Blacks were told to keep their asses out of Vidor, Texas, just east of Houston. Now it's a city that's hope. Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. It was a town known as a hub of hate, a radical respite of racism. Blacks were told to keep their asses out of Vidor, Texas, just east of Houston. Now it's a city that's hoping to change its image by doing the work. Some first hesitantly took notice of the work they were doing when whites in the city held a rally supporting George Floyd. And now leaders are opening the door to a young black boy with terminal cancer. Let's take you to Orange County. There was a time, especially in the Deep South, when blacks knew not to be caught in the city of Vidor, Texas, after the sun went down.
So the Vidor of the very long past, which, I'm sorry that it ever happened, is not the Vidor of today.
The Vidor of the past was known for being a racist hub in Texas, a place where little, if any, blacks called home. Even the federal government attempted to integrate the town in the 1990s, but the black families found themselves run out by some of the white residents.
We're not the same Vidor that people think we are. This Vidor is we're caring people. We love everybody. And I would say to the people that don't think that to be necessarily true, come visit our city. You'll see exactly who we are.
There are a lot of signs that Vidor is no longer that sundown town. Just last year, a group of white supremacists tried to set up shop in Vidor, and it was the white people of that city who ran them off. And then there's this.
I divulge.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
to uphold
to uphold
the United States Constitution
the United States Constitution
and the laws
and the laws
of the state of Texas.
of the state of Texas.
On my honor,
On my honor,
I will never betray
I will never betray
my badge,
my badge,
my integrity,
my integrity,
my character.
my character.
So they got this kid out here, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much they out here with this kid, and this shit is wild. Like, this shit is wild. Like, this shit is wild. This shit is wild. So I'm on my iPhone right now because I can't trust this cheap mic that I bought and that I'm trying to make work. But anyway, this child saved Vidor, Texas. Houston was growing, and this racist city couldn't take part in the growth. So this young black child with cancer came in and saved their reputation. I think he did the same thing for Trump last night. And I'm not hating on Trump for letting the young black boy raise his reputation, especially when he's considered against so many racial attacks right now. So I get it.
To The Factor Uncensored, it was a town known as a hub of hate, a radical respite of racism. Blacks were told to keep their asses out of Vidor, Texas, just east of Houston. Now it's a city that's hoping to change its image by doing the work. Some first hesitantly took notice of the work they were doing when whites in the city held a rally supporting George Floyd. And now leaders.
Shout out to George Floyd. Shout out to George Floyd in the building.
Leaders are opening the door to a young black boy with terminal cancer. Let's take you to Orange County. was a time, especially in the Deep South, when blacks knew not to be caught in the city of Vidor, Texas, after the sun went down.
So the Vidor of the very long past, which, I'm sorry that it ever happened, is not the Vidor of today.
The Vidor.
Shout out to Aries Queen, what up? I'm running a bootleg live stream from my iPhone and my laptop at the same time. I'm out here just wilding. All kinds of cheap technology going on right now.
Of the past was known for being a racist hub in Texas, a place where little, if any, blacks called home. Even the federal government attempted to integrate the town in the 1990s, but the black families found themselves run out by some of the white residents.
We're not the same Vidor that people think we are. This Vidor is we're caring people. We love everybody.
So this is MAGA. This is MAGA needing this young black boy to come in and save their reputation in Vidor, Texas. And we talked about this. Y'all remember I did a live stream about this months ago. This is an old story. I just wanted to reiterate this story because the young man popped up again. It, and I'm not laughing at the young man by no means because it's crazy. It's crazy out here, right? It's crazy. I'm not trying to laugh at no young man. Definitely going under his sickness, but it's wild that everyone's trying to hide their goodness behind this sick young boy that is living his best life in his illness, but yet everyone's trying to change their reputation and say how good of a person they are using this young sick boy and his make-a-wish to be a police officer. Now he's a Secret Service agent. And I'm not, and it's I hope it means more than just a good gesture. You hope it actually means more.
And I would say to the people that don't think that to be necessarily true, come visit our city. You'll see exactly who we are.
There are a lot of signs that Vidor is no longer that sundown town. Just last year, a group of white supremacists tried to set up shop in Vidor, and it was the white people of that city who ran them off. And then there's this.
I divorce.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
to uphold
to uphold
the United States Constitution
the United States Constitution
and the laws
and the laws
of the state of Texas.
of the state of Texas.
On my honor,
On my honor,
I will never betray
I will never betray
my badge,
my badge,
my integrity,
my integrity,
my character,
or
the public trust
the public trust
that I serve.
that I serve.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. You're a new officer.
There are olive branches and over.
Him and his father were there, at the Trump rally. Him and his father were there at the Trump rally. You know what I'm saying? They were there representing, trying to help Trump get his reputation back in order. And this is not technically a bad thing. Is what it is. It is what it is. But this young man helped save the reputation of Vidor, Texas. Houston is a growing metropolitan area. All that money and commerce and things happening in this city, Vidor, Texas, right outside of Houston, could not partake in that economy. Something had to change. So this young man and his father came in and changed the whole reputation of that city. Once they let the black child with cancer, but a great heart, coming to their city and with recognition, it almost opened the door for other people, immigrants, to come into that city and bring economy to that city. It was it happened. And you know what? Some people can say it's a bad thing. They using this child. They hiding behind this child. You can take it how you want it. You can take it how you want to take it. I can see how a person can say they using this child. They abusing this child. They exploiting this child and his sickness. I get it. I get it. Right. Nah, I think that this child can serve a much greater purpose. The child, the sickness, the sacrifice can serve a much greater purpose, and it's all about what you're going to do with it. You know, this child could be sitting back, popping morphine, dilaudid lollipops, getting drips of morphine and atropine to dry up his secretion, and he end up just perishing. I had a young 16-year-old cousin that actually died from cancer. And it was sad as fuck, man. And I wish he could have had the ability to do what this young man is doing. Because he started out doing karate, basketball, baseball. Then he got sick, ended up with an abdominal cancer, fought it for years. Ended up losing the battle, but won the spirituality. Won overall. Got out of this sinful earth as an innocent, as an innocent child with no sin on his name. It's amazing. Bless the child. And I don't think that they're using this child in a bad way. Bless the child. We're gonna keep listening to this.
Olive branches and overtures like this, where the leadership of Vider is sending a strong message. We are a different place from 40 years ago. We're a place where a young black boy, DJ Daniel, who is fighting cancer, can be sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer by all the law enforcement agencies in Vider.
For me, is growing up, they always used to have a dark cloud hanging over Vider. My folks is from East Texas, and nobody's given a chance to even come out and find out exactly what Vider's about.
Theodis Daniel decided to give the community that chance by
They went all out. They gave this young man a gun too. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. They gave this young man. They really deputized this young man. Nigga, they look before he get up out of
Nobody's
here.
given a chance to even come out and find out exactly what Vider's about.
Theodis Daniel.
His son, their father name is Theodis. But look, look, they gave this young man a strap. You see the strap? Police, they gave him a flashlight and a strap. They gave him a gun. They gave him a gun. Yeah, they gave him a flashlight and a strap. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? They gave the young boy a flashlight and a strap. Yeah. Get a young man a flashlight and a strap. deputized him, fighting for goodness. Boy, this some wild stuff.
Daniel decided to give the community that chance by seeking his son's 840th honorary police badge from the city. Daniel says what they found is a different world from the time when blacks refused to even stop in the city for gas.
It shows how much Vider has grown, regardless of what people have in their minds of how Vider used to be. But that was everywhere. But, you know, we all have to go through something to get somewhere, and nobody says the road was smooth.
The road ain't always smooth. The road ain't always smooth. This is a vigilant. This is not a vigilante. This is a vigilant young man fighting cancer. They only gave him 5 months, and he's working on years. He's a beacon of faith. A beacon of faith. Because the medical sciences and medicine in these hospitals can only go so far. Child's a beacon of faith. He just might be a coon based on that hat. Oh, no. He a real man. He ain't a coon. He ain't a coon, right? He ain't a coon. Like, really, he black and Mexican. He ain't even really all black. He kind of like black and Mexican. But he ain't no coon. That's just how cats down here dress. Like, if you were like, if you worked off the Gulf, what they call the Gulf of America now, the Gulf of America, but anyway, the Gulf of Mexico, a lot of the cats that work on oil rigs, they dress like that. A lot of the people really dress like that in Texas. Like this like people really dress like, I ain't even gonna lie to you, my nigga. People really dress like he dressed in Texas. Like, I'm not like, I know a lot of people might be from the East Coast or the South, or the Midwest, or the West Coast, and they don't. People really dress like this in Texas. Like this, like, I know this shit may be weird to y'all, but it don't surprise. I'm not surprised to see this nigga dressed like that. Like, that shit don't surprise me. That shit, how he dressed right. You read it wrong. Okay. That's okay. I'm about to say, because this is a normal looking Texas person.
But we've come a lot further than where we were before. There's progress.
Progress that brings a smile to the face of a young boy.
So what I'm saying is, I might have read that wrong, but what I'm saying is, this young boy that ended up having a terminal, what they consider a terminal illness, brain cancer, spinal cancer as well, not just brain cancer. He has not this cancer of the brain, but it has metastasized to his spine. That's some real shit. Now he's a Secret Service agent. He's a Secret Service agent now. But this young man saved Vital, Texas. And he came through, and he also saved Donald Trump. He saved Donald Trump's reputation. The young man came through and saved Donald Trump's reputation, because Donald Trump was catching a bad rep, right? People was like, we don't trust what you're doing. No, we mad about Canada. We mad about Mexico. You getting cool with Russia. You getting cool with Israel. You doing this with India, Elon Musk. Everybody was mad at Trump, right? Everybody was mad at Trump. But when Trump came through with this young, great-hearted young black boy that's facing all types of illness, strife, but still fighting for what's right, I think that saved the reputation of not only Vider, Texas, and opened it up for new economic growth, but it also gave Trump a little bit of heart, considering him trying to cut Medicare and Medicaid. So you don't care about the poor people. You don't care about the people in high crime environments and this and that. It made him look a little bit more humane considering the cuts he's trying to make. What up, APTV? What up, APTV? What up? What up, fam? What up, fam? And that's the reason why Trump needed this young black boy. This young black Trump needed him. I'm telling you, this city of Vidor, Texas was a sundown city. Like niggas didn't even feel like, let me run this shit back from the beginning, and I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm just going to
It's fighting. Welcome back to the Factor Uncensored. It was a town known as a hub of hate, a radical respite of racism. Blacks were told to keep their asses out of Vidor, Texas, just east of Houston. Now it's a city that's
keep your black ass. Keep your black ass up out of Vidor, Texas, just east of Houston. Do you know how much economy you are losing being just east of Houston, telling blacks, minorities, and people to keep their ass up out of there? Now, white people are going to have to ask themselves this question. Do you love money or your culture more? White people. Because y'all gonna have to embrace the culture and the love and the benevolence of the black people if y'all want to survive. Y'all can't keep running around here as crackers, honkies, full of hate. You can't do it. You're gonna have to embrace the benevolence of black people. And black people, y'all gonna have to stop this bullshit too. Because the uses of children. The sacrifice and the bloodshed behind children is ridiculous. Yeah, young Ronnie out there in Fort Worth, Texas, just got shot. And he had his dog shot. What up, APT know about this shit? You know what I mean? APTV know about this shit. Lil Ronnie just got shot at a car wash. 5-year-old daughter in the car. And a lot of retaliation and a lot of retaliation is going to happen. Not just behind Little Ronnie, but the fact of the devastation of harming that child. 5-year-old little girl. They took her life. A lot of sacrifice, a lot of shit, it's going to get nasty. Calm down, fucking town. It's going to get nasty. Fort Worth is man out of line. Fort Worth is getting wild. So you can destroy behind a child's name, or you can build off a child's name and fame. This is a famous young man. This is a famous young boy. Famous young boy. Famous young man that's fighting cancer. And I hate the position that he in, but he's doing so much with it. And I'm not mad at Trump for captivating and using this young man and letting this young man use him, right? They're using each other. Yes, Trump is using him, and he's using Trump too. This young man's going to get the chance to do all of his wildest dreams under the guidelines of Trump. This is some wild shit. I'm down for it. This young man might even shoot a nigga. I'm just saying he might shoot a nigga under Trump. I mean, I'm just saying. We done gave him a gun already. He done went from police officer to Secret Service. You know, we already done had people on top of buildings shooting at Trump. We don't know nothing about that kid. We still don't know nothing about that kid that was shooting at Trump and hit him in the ear. We don't know nothing about him. The guy that was shooting at Trump from the fence that had that from you that was supporting Ukraine. It was over there fighting in Ukraine. We don't know nothing about him either, right? We don't know nothing about the hatred that FWA has been doing. That was a young white boy that tried to take Trump out, tried to take his ear out. Pow! Pew, 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 pew. The young white boy tried to take Trump out. And a middle-aged white man tried to take Trump out on his golf course. But a young black boy with brain and spinal cancer saved his reputation, which often saved his campaign, saved his presidency, saved this city, Vidor, Texas. Let's get into it.
Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. It was a town known as a hub of hate, a radical respite of racism. Blacks were told to keep their asses out of Vidor, Texas, just east of Houston. Now it's a city that's hoping to change its image by doing the work. Some first hesitantly took notice of the work they were doing when whites in the city held a rally supporting George Floyd. And now leaders are opening the door to a young black boy with terminal cancer. Let's take you to Orange County.
And you black, and you black conservative. You black conservative. And you black conservative. And you black conservatives. Nigga, I'm on YouTube. And my phone, hold up, I'm about to go back to my phone. Hold up, watch this. I'm back on the phone. I'm back on the phone. Right? Black conservatives hate George Floyd. Clue, light bulb head Clue with his leather-faced wife. Hood conservative, the ultimate coon. I think hood conservative is a bigger coon than SKC. Shit. Damn it, KC. And shout out to my nigga Free Zone. Free Zone a decent. He a decent coon. That nigga still a coon though, but he alright. And truism, nigga is a damn coon ass nigga too, right? All you black coon Tommy Sotomayor, nigga, chaotic truth, all these coon Candace Owens bitch ass. Even though I would give her that pipe. No, I wouldn't. She got too much. Couldn't do it. But I would have done it, but I'm not gonna do it now, right? All these conservatives hate George Floyd. But George Floyd brought economy to racist cities that none of the conservatives actually are. You conservatives aren't going to these hotels. Y'all not getting gas. Y'all not standing in the streets. Y'all not bringing media coverage to these small, deprived cities. George Floyd did. White people say, yo, we losing out hating on black people. We losing out hating on George Floyd. And then, what up, Lena? You looking beautiful today, baby. You looking really nice today.
I'm on vacation. I hope I'm not in the sun downtown. I'm in Noya land. I came down here for the Mardi Gras.
Yeah, you looking real cute, sweetheart. But let me tell you something about this sundown shit and how they
I'm
been using the black
scared.
kids. They been and the coons ain't even did this shit. The coons, how much economy are the coons bringing, or these black conservatives bring into these small towns that make them hate niggas more? When you a coon that move into a small town with your white wife and your nice house, they hate you even more. But when they but when you were like a George Floyd or this young man right here, or this any other brother that's really opening up the economy, opening up the culture. See, that's when you make a real change. And I think this young man did it.
I agree. And thank you for the compliment, Pastor. Thank you for the compliment in the chat. Thank you so much. I be feeling old and fat. Thank you. 40 fat
Yeah,
ain't good.
I like to use the word beautiful nowadays because you know what I'm saying. It is we got to start speaking highly and kindly of each other. You know what I'm saying? And real shit.
But
And it's nasty out here. It's
this is
nasty out here.
this is the way I felt. I'm really glad. I don't want to destroy the kid's moment. I'm glad he had his moment and he deserved it. And I hope he wins the fight against cancer. I'm sorry about your cousin. I'm so sorry she lost her battle. May you reunite in the afterlife in better terms. Also, I feel that they will sit up there and prop black people and just other minorities and use us for our votes, but then they want to do DEI and send a war on DEI. I could see if DEI was a war against it on the governmental sector, but on the private sector, you should be able to hire who you want to. That was the whole purpose of people wanting to get a DEI in the first place. I was like, I should be able to hire who I want to. Now you can't hire who you want to. It could be seen as DEI, and now they're having a war against teachers. Now DEI, they set up a portal. You pay attention, all you teachers. That stuff that's considered DEI in classrooms that you can be reported. You can report teachers now. So Black
But now,
History
so
Month.
we're gonna talk about that in a few seconds. We get
Oh,
into
I'm
that,
ahead.
but you ahead. But look at this, yo. Like we're gonna keep going to the story. I want you to listen to this.
There was a time, especially in the Deep South, when blacks knew not to be caught in the city of Vidor, Texas, after the sun went down.
So the Vidor of the very long past, which, I'm sorry that it ever happened, is not the Vidor of today.
The Vidor of the past was known for being a racist hub in Texas, a place where little, if any, blacks called home. Even the federal government attempted to integrate the town in the 1990s, but the black families found themselves run out by some of the white residents.
We're not the same Vidor that people think we are. This Vidor is we're caring people. We love everybody. And I would say to the people that don't think that to be necessarily true, come visit our city. You'll see exactly who we are.
There are a lot of signs that Vidor is no longer that sundown town. Just last year, a group of white supremacists tried to set up shop in Vidor, and it was the white people of that city who ran them off. And then there's this.
I divorce Jay.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
to uphold
to uphold
the United States Constitution
the United States Constitution
and the laws
and the laws
of the state of Texas.
of the state of Texas.
On my honor,
On my honor,
I will never betray
I will never betray
my badge,
my badge,
my integrity,
my integrity,
my character,
my character,
or the public trust
or the public trust
that I serve.
that I serve.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. You're a new officer.
There are olive branches and overtures like this, where the leadership of Vidor is sending a strong message. We are a different place from 40 years ago. We're a place where a young black boy, DJ Daniel, who is fighting cancer, can be sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer by all the law enforcement agencies in Vidor.
For me, is growing up, they always used to have a dark cloud hanging over Vidor. My folks is from East Texas, and nobody's given a chance to even come out and find out exactly what Vidor's about.
Theodis Daniel decided to give the community that chance by seeking his son's 840th honorary.
So that's how that boils out, right? The young man has really helped not just the city of not just the city of Houston, but the state of Texas. Because if you economically help one city in Texas, you have helped the whole state. Vidor, Texas was a dying little city. And I really asked, I really truly asked, right? What was the Coons doing for the economy of these small towns? When you move into these small towns as Coons and you assimilate completely, you bring nothing to that city. DEI made America great again. Without DEI, we would not be great. Okay, we need DEI. Even based on Republican standards, we need DEI. Elon Musk has autism, and we have hired him. That's DEI. Donald Trump is geriatric with a job. That's DEI. Bringing young black men in to make their wishes great again is DEI. DEI made Vidor, Texas great again. Because he was completely missing out on economic capability based off their hatred of black people. Bringing this young black boy, this fighting and suffering and still continuing in, made them great again. Nigga, y'all got to get back to DEI. Nigga, that's how you gonna make it. And I know this shit sounds crazy. This nigga pastor done went full left wing. You motherfucking right, nigga. I have, nigga. Nigga, just like Donald Trump went from conservative to Republican, nigga, I done went from the conservative side to fucking with the niggas on the left. And I don't give a fuck. I'm still cool with my niggas on the right. Even though I have to criticize they bullshit. Let's get into this, right? So the reason why I wanted to show y'all that young man back in Vidor, Texas, and this is almost a year and a half ago, that he saved Vidor, Texas a year and a half ago from their racism. He saved Donald Trump last night from his bullshit too.
Daniel, he is 13 years old and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
Through, hold up. Through all his handicap, he resembles Odell Beckham. Yeah, through all his handicaps, right? He's still standing strong. He's still looking pretty strong. He's still standing strong. His daddy lifts him up. Lifts him up. This young man is saving Donald Trump's reputation. Donald Trump looks so cold-hearted with tariffs against Canada, Mexico, deporting people, he's being called a racist. Being Donald Trump is being called Vider, Texas. Pretty much, right? Pretty much, Donald Trump is being called Vider, Texas. But yet, this young man is saving his reputation. And YouTube playing with me right now. How could I have people comment in the chat, but it said I had 0 live streamers? How can I have me, myself? How is this possible, YouTube? You're playing with my numbers.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago.
Let me pause it on RFK. I look, yo, but it's crazy, right? You watching, other people watching, I'm watching. I got my phone and my computer going at the same time, but YouTube is telling me I have 0 numbers. That is impossible. They're saying there's 0 people watching. This is impossible. But I don't care. Because I'm a trendsetter and I talk about the real stuff that everybody will end up talking about. I'll give you your talking points and I'll let them break them down later. You will hear it here and then you'll hear everyone else talk about it later. And it's all good in the neighborhood. It's all gravy. But Trump,
Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer actually a number of times. The police love him, the police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent.
look how he stood up. Look how he stood up when he stood up like what? It's because they hating on Trump. Unacceptable. Not in this America. Not in Trump's America. They may be hating on Trump. They may be hating on me because literally a sundown town hero child saves Trump's campaign. Like making him a honorary Secret Service means you trust him over that young white kid that took a shot at your ear. That middle-aged white man that chose Ukraine over America. going back and connecting with this young black boy that made Vital Texas great again saved it saved Trump's reputation. It saved it. It brought some humility to it. Some America, some make America great again to it.
Agent of the United States Secret Service.
He went from a badge to a whole wallet. He went from a badge to a whole wallet. Mm.
days, me and my brothers all together. And out of nowhere, I locked up. And then, what you wanna know the craziest part? Because my mom bathed me and my brothers all together. And out of nowhere, I locked up. And then my dad was calling my name, and I started going to the slow thing, and he said, "Stop playing with me." And I start, and then I started to act. I ain't gonna lie, I started to act slow. And then as soon as he said that, we was speeding all the way, running lights, going to the hospital. And then next thing you know, I was seizing on the table. They said, "No, we gonna have to go in his brain tonight." Ever since then, I had 13 brain surgeries, and that's how many times my personality has changed. And that's
Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Bro is 10 going on 29. That is crazy. And I really hate that Trump is shutting down or not giving money to the NIH. Because what this young man said needs to be medically studied. He said I have 13 brain surgeries and my personality changed every time. That needs to be studied. That literally needs to be studied. That I'm telling you, that needs to be studied. That we need to throw we need to throw $1 billion at that.
what you wanna know the craziest part? Because my mom bathed me and my brothers all together. And out of nowhere, I locked up. And then my dad was calling my name, and I started going to the slow thing, and he said, "Stop playing with me." And I start, and then I started to act. I ain't gonna lie, I started to act slow. And then as soon as he said that, we was speeding all the way, running lights, going to the hospital. And then next thing you know, I was seizing on the table. They said, "No, we gonna have to go in his brain tonight." Ever since then, I had 13 brain surgeries, and that's how many times my personality has changed. And that's something that you don't hear from a terminally ill child. They had 5 months to live. I'm gonna keep on going until my gas tanks run out. And that's when God calls you home. You never know when God's gonna call you home.
Yo, he already got a mustache. He already got a mustache and everything. Yo, like he already got a mustache. This is crazy. Like we talking to like a we talking to like a grown kid. Like this is crazy.
What you wanna know the craziest part? Because my mom bathed me and my brothers all together. And out of nowhere, I locked up. And then my dad was calling my name, and I started going to the slow thing, and he said, "Stop playing with me." And I start, and then I started to act. I ain't gonna lie, I started to act slow. And then as soon as he said that, we was speeding all the way, running lights, going to the hospital. And then next thing you know, I was seizing on the table. They said, "No, we gonna have to go in his brain tonight." Ever since then, I had 13 brain surgeries, and that's how many times my personality has changed. And that's something that you don't hear from a terminally ill child. They had 5 months to live. I'm gonna keep on going until my gas tanks run out. And that's when God calls you home. You never know when God's gonna call you home. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my dad. I know he's pretty proud of me, and I'm pretty proud of him too. And I like to thank President.
He's proud of his dad, and his dad is proud of him too. That's what's gonna make America great again. Fathers proud of their sons and sons proud of their fathers. Shout out to Joe Biden for pardoning his son through his drug abuse and wildness and crazy shit. Shout out to motherfucking Donald Trump too, nigga, for taking care of his children and his sons too. Donald Trump loves his children and his sons, and so did Joe Biden. And that's a common ground. That's a common ground, right? Right. I know we got a lot of Democrats that hate Republicans and a lot of Republicans that hate Democrats. But people found a common ground in the fact that we love children. And y'all can say that we're exploiting children, using children. Maybe that could be the case. Children have always been exploited and used, man. Shit. I'm telling you, there's going to be a war in Funky Town, Fort Worth, Texas, over the fact that a young 5-year-old girl and her father were shot. This going to get wild. We'll see it in the emergency department. We'll see it. We will definitely see it. We will definitely see it. But this child, grown-minded child, is going to teach us more and show us more in his limited days than we have in our long years. Shout out to this child, Mason Child. Make children great again. Make American children advanced again.
But you wanna know the craziest part? Because my mom bathed me and my brothers all together, and out of nowhere I locked up, and then my dad was calling my name, and I started going to the slow thing, and he said stop playing with me, and I start and then I started to act, I ain't gonna lie, I started to act slow, and then as soon as he said that, we was speeding all the way, running lights, going to the hospital, and then next thing you know I was seizing on the table. They said no, we gonna have to go in his brain tonight. Ever since then, I had 13 brain surgeries, and that's how many times my personality has changed. And that's something that you don't hear from a terminally ill child. They had 5 months to live. I'm gonna keep on going until my gas tanks run out. And that's when God calls you home. You never know when God's gonna call you home. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my dad. I know he's pretty proud of me, and I'm pretty proud of him too. And I'd like to thank President Trump, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today.
President Donald J. Trump. So so you can look at this, right? You can look at this, right? Is Donald Trump using this child, or is this child being given a bigger purpose? Right? The sacrifice, the love, the innocence of the child. Is it in a bad way or a good way? And I think this is up to the public to decide. But I'm telling y'all, I've had criticism of Trump. I have talked a lot of shit about Trump. But I'm going to rely on, I'm going to faithfully, in in good faith, I'm going to say that this was not exploitation of this child, but enlightenment of what this child in his grace can give to society. It saved Vidor, Texas, southeast of Houston. No one wanted to go there for economic drive. No one wanted to be a part of their community. This young man helped save it, revitalize it, bring some redemption to it. It's crazy. Right? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's wild stuff.
Daniel is 13.
You want to go into some other shit right quick. Gotta go into some other shit real quick. FWA crimes.
Officials with the sheriff's office and the victim's daughter. Now, when it was the defense's turn, Stephen Scantlebury's wife took the stand, offering new details into her husband's mental state. Appearing in court Thursday, the suspect in a brutal beating of a nurse at Palms West Hospital. 33-year-old Stephen Scantlebury accused of hitting 67-year-old Leela Lull, a nurse at the hospital, over and over again with his fists, fracturing nearly every bone in her face and leaving her in critical condition. Thursday afternoon, Scantlebury's wife telling the court he had no history of aggression but was acting extremely paranoid before the attack, saying he had walked to the hospital complaining of chest pains before being Baker acted.
The Baker Act is where you get to hold someone in pretty much medical custody, right? There's something called, so I know y'all don't believe this, right? So most people don't believe this, right? So there's I don't even know if it's interpreted mentally this way, but it actually works out this way. So there's legal custody. There's legal custody where the police take you into custody, and there's also medical custody where we can take you into a medical custody. And the police leave criminals with nurses all the time. We fucking, we fucking medical custody is some other shit, right? We get to literally drug you and tie you up and crazy shit, right? It's fucking crazy shit, right? If you really act up bad enough, we hit you with a B-52. And everyone in healthcare knows what a B-52 is. Hit you with some, they know, everyone knows what B-52 is. And it pretty much puts you to sleep for a good while. We put you in restraints. And technically, medically, you're not supposed to chemically restrain people. But we chemically restrain people and physically restrain people all the time. Medical custody is probably worse than legal custody. You probably want the police to take you into custody rather than the damn medical field take you into custody because they're going to drug you and tie you down. Worse, and if you keep acting up, they'll just completely sedate you and intubate you. I mean, I've seen this shit happen so many times. People come in acting up under the influence of drugs, acting psychotic, and we can't get them to calm down. They will literally put you down. Fuck that. We've put so many people down because of behavioral issues. Like this, put this motherfucker down. And like literally, like it's way different. It's way in the criminal justice system, in the lawful incarceration system. They just tell you to act right. They may put some Seroquel or some serotonin, Zoloft. They may put that in them little packages of water flavors that they give you. That's minimal. That's minimal medical compliance. Fuck around and find out in the hospital. They will really medically comply your ass. So therefore, medical custody is worse than legal custody. Ask anyone that's been through a medical custody situation, being locked down for 72 hours, then sent to a psychiatric facility. They will tell you how broken and how wicked that system is. You come into the hospital acting a fool, crazy, throwing your arms, acting like you've been in touch with demons, and eyes rolling in the back of your head. Trying to acting completely like a hellion, right? Acting like a complete hellion. Your ass get hit with some drugs and tied the fuck down and put in a 72 hour. And this shit happens all the time. And that's the reason why they have so many. See, people can laugh, but oh, you a nurse, you work in the medical facility, in the medical, you a nurse, you all you do is wipe ass. Nigga, I have been in more motherfucking physical fights with psychiatric people and crackheads and seen more gunshots and stabbings and murder than any of you so-called other niggas. You niggas working construction, nigga. Y'all build y'all work with motherfucking bricks and shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Y'all work in IT. Y'all work with wires and computers and software and your hardware is computers and shit, right? And we use a little bit of your hardware and we hook people up to monitors and shit. But nigga, I done seen real blood, real lives, real death, nigga. The healthcare battle and the healthcare war is way different. Matter of fact, that shit is more closely tied to what police and military do than most of the majority of the jobs that people do in America. And people don't believe that. People think that nurses have a very soft, sophisticated job. Nah, this shit is grungy. This grimy. We in the mercy departments, nigga. We seeing death, murder, mayhem. We seeing the results of you niggas killing 5-year-old kids at at the car wash with her father. We're seeing the results of that, nigga. We're seeing psychiatric people like this guy, like this FWA fundamental white American that has mental issues and can't condone himself and literally needs this young black man, that young black boy that is dealing with brain and spinal cancer is doing more for America than this white man with his chest pain and psychiatry. FWA, you need to pull yourself together. And that's the reason why Trump needed that young black boy. Because FWA, y'all need a shining light. Y'all need a new MLK. Y'all need something to get behind. Because y'all out here wilding.
The state called 3 witnesses, including 2 officials with the sheriff's office and the victim's daughter. Now, when it was the defense's turn, Stephen Scantlebury's wife took the stand, offering new details into her husband's mental state. Appearing in court Thursday, the suspect in a brutal beating of a nurse at Palms West Hospital, 33.
Damn.
What up, Wayne? How you doing, fam?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right. Just trying to keep a low profile. You know, too
Good to
much
hear
going
from you,
on.
man. Good to
Yeah.
hear from you, man. How are you psychiatrically doing?
I'm breathing. I'm alive. You know.
So that's great. That's great, right? Because
Yeah.
that young man is a good beacon of life for America. We all going through some shit. We all fighting illness. But how great again are you going to be throughout your illness?
Well, I gotta don't got any choice but to go straight forwards. And believe it or not, whether you believe it or not, this problem, whatever problem this world goes is going through, it transcends race. It superiorly transcends race because everybody's going through it, and people are beginning to understand that every white, black, it doesn't matter. Everybody's going through it, and whether you understand it or not, whether you like it or not, it's gonna take everybody to get through, to come together to get through it. You know, to take whatever superiority, whatever freaking whatever you have, and throw it in the trash. Throw it in the garbage disposal, the incinerator. Look here. All I know is if nobody, everybody's having a hard time eating. It's to the point to where I don't care who you are, what race you are. If I'm eating, I'll if I got food, sit at my table. You know, that's pretty much what it's going to take. It's going to take everybody helping one another, because what's coming down the pipe, it's going to be a test, a true test of who you are as a person. It's going to be a true test on whether or not you're willing to shed your beliefs of who you are.
And I feel so sorry for people that have made such a living off of hate. I feel sorry for people that have made such a living off hate. And this is where I almost criticize the red pill, because they've made men have such a over criticization overly critical of our counterparts women, and it's brought this drift and this divide that we cannot sustain without the children.
It's the
We
thing
can't
about
make it without the children. We can't make it. We just won't make it. That's the reason why I understand why Trump bought this child, fighting all odds to the stage. And a lot of people are going to say that it was a false sense of faith. It was, and it was, and how he's going to be cutting Medicaid, but yet this child probably receives some form of Medicaid. But I guarantee you, this father, that I guarantee. Let me tell you something. I don't think he gets Medicaid. I can tell that his dad. I can tell. I know Texas. I know Texas, right? And I can tell that his father works hard enough to get that his child got insurance. I can tell his father worked hard enough for that.
right.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So like, it's one of those things where like, but even if his insurance wouldn't cover him and drop him and pre-existing and all that, it's really one of those things where you're like, where I can understand where a person is saying, well, you're using this child because you know what this child is facing, but yet you're cutting Medicare and Medicaid, which is fundamentally what children like that would need to survive. But yet you're bringing this child to the light. And, I mean, and you know, you've been on my channel. I talked about this kid way before Donald Trump brought this kid to life. That's just why that's the reason why I knew to go back to Vidor, Texas, where this child originally blew up at, where he changed that city, that racist city, Vidor, Texas, to make it have new economic growth.
If you've seen my channel in the beginning, right? You've seen my channel in the beginning. Remember how angry I was back then?
Yeah, yeah, I do think that anger, but I think that anger was fueled. I do think that anger was fueled. I think you were a young American black man that had been in the military and been in um you probably were more or less in some JD Vance type situations.
Well, for
If you
me,
if you know
it's
if
like,
you if you know his story, if you know his story.
yeah. But the thing is, for me, is like that goes deeper than a lot of this. For me, is I had to literally patch myself up over the years to get to this point. But that anger goes way before ever coming to the red pill. It started out as confusion. Like I, I don't know if you've ever heard of remember the game hide and go get it, right?
Yeah, yeah, of
Yep.
course, of course.
Basically, that goes it stems and it stems a lot from my experiences with the opposite sex, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. I wasn't the I'm not that dude. I'm not that guy. But how do you go get it when every chick around you is special forces when you're seeking, and literally Ray Charles when you're hiding. That is just the tip of the iceberg of the trauma. That makes you and everybody.
But see, I think it boils down to I think that's what a lot of American children are suffering now, a sense of belonging. Because you're like, well, how much do I belong if these women ain't chasing me, if these women ain't giving me no plate?
And they're giving everybody else who's worse than you play. They're chasing after all the goddamn people that you know that they know and you know the whole neighborhood knows is in a worse condition, is in a worse ethical situation, whether it be work wise or economical than you are. And fast forward to school that just from the summer to the school times toward Valentine's Day. Do you remember the Valentine's Day box?
Yeah, I remember that. But see, the thing about it is, I never had a problem. See, I understand what you're saying from an older age. I never had a
Yeah,
problem with. I never had a problem with women till I got older. When when I want, what I'm saying, when we get married them and having to buy houses and shit with them. Back in the days, they were acting right. I had it going. But the thing about it is, it's up and down. It's up and
right.
down. We got to learn from these situations, and
I
it's very devastating. But you
yeah.
gotta keep it
I've
pushing, keep it grinding. You feel?
I've always had I've always had a problem with the opposite sex. I've always had a problem. It's to the point where it's like it's I'm not like I said, I'm as I said, I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I don't sugarcoat words anymore. It's to that point, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna tell you what they want to hear, because I'm not that type of dude. It's like if they, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say, but I'm not gonna blame them for sowing the seeds. But I'm gonna say is it's like we both had a part in that. We both had a part in that motherfucking farm, you know. We both have had a part in making that farm of weeds. You know,
But the only problem is when you take that mentality, dog. When you take that mentality, man, you hide yourself from some of the greatest gifts in this world, man. Let me tell you something, man. Are women gonna hurt you? Hell yeah, nigga. Are you
yeah.
gonna hurt? Are you gonna hurt some women? Yes. Look, I done had all kinds of shit. Fucking with hoes from the beginning, getting bitches pregnant, they taking motherfucking having abortions, beating up bitches, throwing them against walls, domestic violence charges, uh restraining orders, having my guns taken away from me, going to jail, getting pulled off my bike by the police,
I never
getting
had that problem. Like I
I'm
said,
looking at that. All this shit happened when I was older, fucking with bitches, wilding. You know what I'm saying? But like, let me when I was younger, I had this shit rolling, nigga. Like up to about 30 years old, I never had a problem with a woman until I was 30 years old, and I was still wilding, still doing my thing. So part of my problem with women is me not changing, me not evolving, me not, you know what I'm saying, getting to the next stage, right? So I mean,
yeah,
I've seen a lot, I've done a lot of stupid stuff, and I've grown from a lot of stupid stuff. So let me tell you something. Not being chosen and being chosen. Let me tell you something. There's something called a thin line between love and hate.
right.
A lot of the experiences of not being chosen are not better are no are no better than than the ones that have been chosen or had experiences, because having experiences don't always mean they always end good. You act like
Right.
motherfuckers is marrying every woman that they had experiences with. Exactly, so obviously something doesn't happen. So
So
it's like being chosen and not being chosen. Where's the gift and the curse in it if you're not going to
I
find the ultimate moving forward of it? And I get it where the shit's wild.
I just see me myself not being chosen. And if it were like in the beginning of my channel, I would still be mad of it. But now, as I've calmed down and I've acquired some form of wealth and some form of a career, I see it as a blessing. I truly see it as a blessing. But I'm open to the possibility. But
How
ultimately,
is it? How is
the,
it a blessing of not being chosen? I think that I think that's part of the
hear me out.
criticism. Okay, I hear you out, but
Hear
how
me
is it
out.
a
The
blessing?
thing is, it allows you to find out more about yourself. Like it allows you to find out more about yourself, and through the peace and the quiet, you got the time to think. You got the time to better yourself for yourself, if that all is possible. But mostly,
I
you
don't
got to better
believe that.
yourself for yourself.
I
I
don't
mean,
believe that. I think more time to yourself is more time to dissolve yourself. I think that when you are just a period, you will never be an exclamation mark. Um, I
sometimes
don't
you
want to.
don't need some.
I don't want to be a period. I don't want to be a period. I want to be an exclamation mark. I think more time to yourself makes you just a period. And I don't want to be just to myself. I want to be. I want to be a. I don't want to be just. I don't. I just don't want to be. I don't want to be just a period, just to myself. I want to be an exclamation mark. I want to make a mark upon myself and others. And I think that a lot of men, I think that a lot of men don't want to just be a period. I think women have periods, and women will be like period blank period. You hear these women period blank, bitch. Fuck that period shit. Exclamation mark. And
But
I'm
in
gonna be an
order
exclamation mark over a period. Fuck a
but in
period,
order to
nigga.
get to the explanation part mark and the period, you have to add. You got to have a question mark. You got to,
No, no, no. A question
Okay,
mark does not come before an exclamation mark. The question you ask comes later. The exclamation of your word comes now. God's word is now. The questions you
true.
have later is man.
The thing is like I asked, had to. My dad before he died, he'd ask me what would I do if he would have passed away tomorrow, and I had to ask that question to myself at 16, which was either 15, 16 years old.
Mhm.
That question was the most scariest question I have ever had to ask myself to come up with an answer in my entire life. And I have the answer. I have the answer, and it's in the form of the explanation part, Mark. And you know what that answer is?
What?
Survive.
Survive is not an exclamation mark.
Survive.
No, it's not.
Like
No,
if you scream,
survive ultimately ends with a question mark because you don't know. Survive is a question mark narrative. You often
but
ask no, no, I'm gonna tell you why. Because you often ask, will I survive? And then you can make that exclamation mark. So the only way that you make survival exclamation is if you
if you
say
add, I will
I
survive.
will survive. I will survive. Yep.
I will survive. And like I said, and from survival, I learned how to live. And now it's not will I survive? It's not I will survive. It's I'm living. It's turned into I'm living. So that one question it turned into another question, will I survive? And then it turns into I will survive. And then it turns into I'm living. I've managed to get a house without I've managed to get a house without a wife. I've had help doing it, I will freely admit I have had help getting my house. I'm not ashamed of asking for help, but I got my house. I got the place where I can lay my head, place where I can basically do whatever I want, place where I can, if I want to tear down a wall, I'm gonna tear down a wall if I want. You know, if I, but I got that,
True
and now
survival, true survival is getting these women pregnant. Okay, then that's true survival. And I
I
will, and when you will, like, I feel like you will always be in the question mark of will I survive if you don't have a lineage to say I will survive for and I will survive through. And this is the
a
reason why
lot
I
of
don't know. This is the reason why I disagree with the teachings of the red pill long term because men have to have children. We have to make babies.
30,
We have to.
33% of men will die childless
No.
and single.
We need
It's
every we need every man to pro at this point we need every man to procreate whether he has sickness, health, disease. We need niggas in handicap. We need niggas in wheelchairs with spinal bifida. We need every we need who was the niggas who was a nigga in the wheelchair? Stephen Hawks. Stephen Hawks needed to have a baby in vitro fertilization. We need to bring it all back. We need children because even if they can't walk, they got good brains. So maybe the children may be able to walk with a decent brain. We got to be able to bring children back. We got to make children great again. And do you really? Let me ask you a real question. Let me ask you a real question. You can answer this question however you want to. Do you want to leave this earth never procreating a child?
it would it wouldn't hurt. It
I didn't.
wouldn't hurt
No,
me.
I would.
But I'm gonna
I
say
didn't.
it's like
That's it's a yes or no thing.
if it
It's yes or no. It's
10
yes or
years
no.
ago, 10 years ago, yes. Today, no.
No. You can't say 10 years ago. Like
But right
this is
today, no.
right now.
Right now, no, no.
So if
Today,
you left this
right,
earth
like
right now, if you left
I'd
this
be,
earth right now, never giving your fruitful DNA a
I
chance to
would
create
be,
greater life or
I would
inspirational
be
life.
content.
Do you
I would be
so
content.
this young man that has cancer that Donald Trump brought out, you saw that guy, right?
Mhm.
If his father did not have him, despite him having cancer, do you think his father's life would be better?
I don't know.
You not having kids, do you think that makes your life better?
Probably, I do not know. That is a question that I do not know. I do not know the answer to that question. I honestly don't.
No. You do know that question. You do know the answer to that question. You really
I'm not.
do. You deep down inside do know the answer to that question.
The
Yes, you
answer would
do.
be no, because I am not in a position to have children right at this moment. I'm not in a financial position. I'm not in a mental position to have children. I at least understand that much, which a lot of people don't watch. Which a lot of people do not look within themselves and look mentally at themselves. Am I mentally at this particular moment able to have children? No. Am I financially at this point able to have children? No. Am I
And this
emotionally?
is why I disagree with you. This is why I disagree with you. A whole psychiatric, look, let me tell you. No, I disagree with you. There's no. A lot of bitches in the psychiatric ward got kids.
Hmm.
A lot of sex workers got kids. A lot of people going through psychiatric shit got kids. Okay,
Yes, it is.
so kids have to be born through psychiatry.
I
Psychiatry
was
cannot be the reason why we stop having children. That is the wrong. That's the
me.
that fuck that psychiatric shit.
Me and my
Forget the
sister are both.
DSM.
Me and my sister are both children that are here out of spite.
I don't give a damn about psychiatric shit, like because like when it comes down to childbirth, because like a lot of crazy bitches got kids, a lot of retarded niggas got kids. Like we gotta
You can.
stop this shit. We gotta
The
stop
thing
this shit.
is
We
like
need
the thing is it's not. I don't talk to no therapist. I don't talk to no psychiatric doctor. I fix the problem. I fix what I can myself. You know.
stop having
I've
kids because we have psychiatric problems is not the answer. We have
and on
always
top of
had
that, it's like
psychiatric. We have
yeah,
always had psychiatric problems. We used to like we had cannibalism. We've had psychiatric problems throughout history.
yeah.
But if we stop having kids, how do you purify psychiatry? Like you have to birth your way out of insanity. You have to birth your way out of problems, right? If you have a problem, you have to birth your way out of it because this is I'm telling you, this is the only way. You have to
This is
birth your way out of problems. This is the answer. Birth your way out of problems. Like you know how in the black community we say there's always going to be that one that makes it right, and it
yeah.
kind of like births it. Like you keep birthing your way out of your problems, and that is what we have to do as a country. We have to birth our way out of problems. That is the only way. That is the only way. There is
So
no other way.
I got a I got a question for you.
Mm?
You've heard, like I said, I just want a reminder because this, it falls into this. Now, I want a reminder. Like, I know I'm not like said about the pastor folks. What do you think about them? Because this come back around. So they're going over there to start families, right? Now, remember when I don't know if I said it on my channel and I said it on other people's channel somewhere in those videos. Women are gonna like I've said that women are gonna start coming over here to search for a man from other countries. What do
Yeah,
you think
yeah.
about that?
Ukrainian women gonna be over here looking for a husband and all kinds of shit. They looking for it right now. But
Yeah,
like but like we gotta get back into the psychiatry shit though because I want you to look at this right here. Because like if you when you out here ain't got no kids, ain't got yourself tied to the world. Look at this shit.
The state called 3 witnesses, including 2 officials with the sheriff's office and the victim's daughter. Now, when it was the defense's turn, Stephen Canterbury's wife took the stand, offering new details into her husband's mental state. Appearing in court Thursday, the suspect in a brutal beating of a nurse at Palms West Hospital. 33-year-old Stephen Scantlebury accused of hitting 67-year-old Leela Lull, a nurse at the hospital, over and over again with his fists, fracturing nearly every bone in her face and leaving her in critical condition. Thursday afternoon, Scantlebury's wife telling the court he had no history of aggression but was acting extremely paranoid before the attack, saying he had walked to the hospital complaining of chest pains before being Baker acted. His wife also claiming the hospital assured her they could handle him.
They, knew how to
or
handle the situation. And they also assured us that they could physically or medically with medication restrain him.
The defense argued Scantlebury is suffering from
from what? What's he
No,
suffering?
did you hear that? She said even his wife wanted to make sure that they could physically or medically restrain him. And so even the people want you to do it too. The family members want you to do it too.
Like I said, I don't see therapists. I don't see no doctors. I just basically fix the problem myself. I've I've learned I've calmed down a great deal. You know. Now I don't I'm not a psychic. I'm not a psychic. I'm not a freaking empath or whatever the hell these Miss Cleo is or whatever the hell. But like I said, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Hell, tomorrow I could end up with a blown steer tire and end up in the doggone Maumee River on off of the
Mm-hmm.
turnpike. But
Mm-hmm.
guess what? But guess what? Anything can happen. I like I said, I don't worry about the future.
No, but he
You
went
know.
crazy. He spazzed out. Watch this.
The hospital assured her they could handle him.
They, knew how to handle the situation. And they also assured us that they could physically or medically with medication restrain him.
The defense argued Scantlebury is suffering from some sort of acute psychosis, arguing he should be admitted to a facility that specializes in psychiatric care. But the state maintains Scantlebury is a danger to the public, and the judge agreed, denying him any pretrial release and ordering he be held in the Palm Beach County Jail without bond.
This was the first time I saw him looking in the face, his actual face, and just, it's hard. I can't get the image of him on top of my mom, just repeatedly beating her. She's a very small, sweet, petite woman. I just can't imagine.
Leela's daughter telling us her mom is still in critical condition, but is talking.
She's confused, really confused. This morning, actually, I was talking to her and she was worried about her job. She's like, make sure you call them, tell them.
So you basically take a already busted up problem and make it worse and throw gasoline on it by putting him in jail. See, it doesn't make it so. Basically, you take a already bad problem and they've made it worse by putting him in jail.
Well, hold on. By putting him in jail, he literally. So hold on. So would you be okay with the healthcare provider beating him up and restraining him and drugging him and
I
tying him
mean,
down?
shit. I got a couple good uppercuts from a healthcare provider, and it turned out well.
Okay, well, because we often will beat you up and tie you down, but that's an emergency department. He wasn't
Yeah,
in the emergency department. He was in the ICU with them pretentious smart bitches. The ICU, them ICU hoes, them ICU male nurses, them niggas soft as fuck. Them
yeah.
niggas in the ICU soft as fuck. They soft
Like
as
I said,
fuck in the ICU. Them
yeah.
ICU niggas soft as fuck.
Damn. What the fuck happened? Like I said, the ICU up where I am, where they used to they. I mean, when I went there, they weren't afraid to knock a motherfucker out. You know.
You know, so
Shit.
if you want to get some real shit, you got to come down to the emergency department, the ER, the level ones. Like that's where the
Shit.
shit really go down. Them ICU motherfuckers, bitch ass motherfuckers. They quiet, they pretentious, they smart. All the motherfuckers want to go to school to be a CRNA. They bitch ass niggas. But like you want to but the real shit go down in the emergency department. They had his ass under control down there, but then he went
Shit.
upstairs and then shit went sour. He beat this Indian woman face in on some Hannibal Lecter shit.
Yeah. Oh damn. Like I said, I mean,
Devin
this
D
one.
in the building. Devin D in the building. Yeah,
Damn.
he beat this bitch face in on some Hannibal Lecter shit, right?
Damn.
And they should have took his ass to jail. He beat an immigrant Indian woman up that was worried about her job. He beat her ass the fuck up.
The
The
thing
state
is,
called
oh,
3
damn.
witnesses, including 2 officials with the sheriff's office and the victim's daughter. Now, when it was the defense's turn, Stephen Scantlebury's wife took the stand, offering new details into her husband's mental state. Appearing in court Thursday, the suspect in a brutal beating of a nurse at Palms West Hospital. 33-year-old Stephen Scantlebury accused of hitting 67-year-old Leela Lull, a nurse at the hospital, over and over again with his fists, fracturing nearly every bone in her face and leaving her in critical condition.
Hold on.
Thursday afternoon, Scantlebury.
I was looking at an overpass, and somebody was standing on the overpass, looking down on the trucks coming past. You know, I gotta be careful, cause But the thing is, There's something they're not telling us. Chest pains. He walked to a hospital with chest pains.
Chest pain does not mean white male psychiatry.
No,
You can't say okay he's a white man having chest pain that
no,
caused him to go crazy.
no. But there's like I said, there's something deeper, and there's something going on. Like there's something that they haven't discovered. There's something they ain't looked into.
So when a white
There's
man commits a crime, there's something deeper we haven't looked into. What
I
if
mean,
he's just a criminal?
I haven't even seen the things. I can't look at this thing. I'm just going by in general. You know, I'm just going by in general. I ain't seen the thing. I ain't even looked. I can't look down. My
Okay,
eyes
I
are focused
understand.
on the road.
I
So
understand,
I
but
didn't even know it was a white man.
yeah, I understand. But yeah, he's a white guy that beat up an Indian nurse, broke every bone in her face by beating
Now,
her up. Now, and you know, and a lot of these bitches can't fight. See, I'm a nurse, but I work. I
I'm gonna
work.
say this.
I'm a nurse, but I work in the emergency department. I also work. I work in the emergency department, and I might do some orthopedics, but I mainly work in the emergency department. So I don't have to be in the ICU all pretentious and quiet and da 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 da. We get rowdy down to where we at, and so I'm not part of the ICU bullshit. The ICU
Right.
nurses weaken. Them ICU nurses weaken in a motherfucker. They all wear glasses and shit. Where they all wear glasses and figs and fig scrubs. The FIGS, the figs. They wear the fig scrubs. It's like $150 a pair.
The
Like,
fuck?
get the
What?
fuck out of here, man.
Who?
Them weak ass
My
bitch
phone.
ass
My
niggas.
whole. My whole. What the fuck?
Them hoes were on clouds. Them hoes be at work wearing them on clouds and them hookahs. We be down
What's the
there,
on cloud?
yeah, the on clouds. Nigga, we be down there in the emergency department in Timberlands and Jordans.
Man, I wear my steel toes.
Yeah. Motherfuckers be down there
Like,
bitch in Timberlands, Jordans, them some of them see not, but you know what? Them on cloud bitches have infiltrated the emergency department.
what's
Them
an
on
on cloud?
The on cloud bitches. Them bitches that wear them on clouds. Them
What's an
on
on
clouds.
cloud?
Them on clouds is the new 270s for hoes. You remember when all the hoes were in the Nike 270s?
Yeah,
Now all the hoes is wearing on clouds.
I don't even know what an on cloud is.
Man, you gotta
I
get your
never.
fashion. Yeah, you gotta get your fashion up, my nigga. But like them hoes be wearing them on clouds and them hookahs.
A what?
Working on their calves and legs and shit. The bitches, the cheap hoes be wearing Skechers.
Man, I wear steel toes. I've been wearing steel toes since I started driving. I mean, for pretty much, I've been wearing either boots or some sort of steel toes since I was a kid. My dad was a carpenter. Was a carpenter. Like he did masonry work. He did wood. He worked with wood. He worked he built walls and stuff like that. He did wiring.
No, nowadays we inside with these bitches. So now we working the air conditioning with these bitches and we be seeing what they be up to. So watch this shit.
Barry's wife telling the
Shit.
court he had no history of aggression but was acting extremely paranoid before the attack, saying he had walked to the hospital complaining of chest pains before being Baker acted. His wife also claiming the hospital assured her they could handle him.
They,
They
knew
were
how to
wrong.
handle the situation. And they also assured us that they could physically or medically with medication restrain him.
The defense argued Scantlebury is suffering from some sort of acute psychosis, arguing he should be admitted to a facility that specializes in psychiatric care. But the state maintains Scantlebury is a danger to the public, and the judge agreed, denying him any pretrial release and ordering he be held in the Palm Beach County Jail without bond.
This was the first time I saw him like looking in the face, his actual face, and just, I mean, it's hard. I can't get the image of him on top of my mom just
Shit's
repeatedly
about
beating
he
her.
he
You know, it's
about
like a very
when
small,
he
sweet,
get out there
petite woman. I
he
just
gonna
can't
be
imagine.
he gonna be more
Leela's daughter
fucked up.
telling us her mom is still in critical condition but is talking.
She's confused, really confused. This morning, actually, I was talking to her and she was worried about her job. She's like, make sure you call them, tell them I'm in the hospital so they don't fire me, you know, which I was telling her that's the least of your concerns. Don't worry about that.
Scantle.
What
She
the hell?
she about to be rich. She gave so much about that hospital. She about to be rich. Her daughter about to sue that hospital for workplace endangerment. Woo! They about to be rich. And I should be. And I honestly, when I think about it as a black man, because I already look, I'm in Texas, and this is a right to work state. And as a black man, all the fights I have been in as a emergency department nurse, I think that I should get. I think I should sue these motherfuckers for. I should not have to live like this, or I should not have to go through this shit. I should not have to motherfucking go in this bitch ready to motherfucking. Cause the mercy, you'd be surprised what come through a fucking emergency department in a major metropolitan city in Texas. This shit is
Man,
crazy. I
look
shouldn't
here,
have to live like this. I'm
look
not the
here.
motherfucking.
Look here. It's called. I live in Pittsburgh, around Pittsburgh. It's called the UPMC healthcare system. Now, let me tell you. Let me tell you a little bit about the UPMC healthcare system. They got Presbyterian Hospital across the street from Montefiore Health. Basically, you can either cross the street or go underground underneath the tunnel to either hospital. But guess this: one of them is a cardiology specialty. One of them is a pulmonary and nerve specialty. Down the road, you got up the road. You've got Western Psychiatric. We've got a network of pulmonary, neurology, freaking cardiology, radiology specialists within that section of Oakland or Oak. We call it. It's called Oakland, but where everybody else would call it, what would we call it? Uptown, uptown somewhere. But we call it as locals. We call it Oakland. Every, but that would be Oakland is the equivalent of uptown, whatever. But in that whole section, you've got a whole host of specialists that are interconnected from an underground tunnel. You know, which cuts the transport time in half. Now, for that, and what are the reasons why I won't date in my city, in that city, is because look here. There's no malice, no vitriol. It's just observation. You know, either
No,
A,
the
the
medical hoes
dudes
are the medical hoes are
exactly.
different breed. The medical hoes are different breed. I deal with them every day. But
There's
check this out. Look at this.
too many. There's too many medical holes in my city.
Yeah, the medical
There's
bro, the medical bros, niggas, the medical bro was wild enough, but
uh huh
the medical hoes is just next
on
level,
a
man. Like niggas,
whole nother level.
the average man ain't ready for the medical hoe dog. She just on another level. But look, watch this though.
I can't.
I want to thank our dear friend Bobby Kennedy, phenomenal friend of Israel and the Jewish community, for joining us to celebrate Israel Parade on Israel's 75th birthday. Bobby, this crowd loves you. God bless Israel. I'm going to be a champion for Israel as president. God bless you. And you see how much they have, the love they've shown you, your family's legacy, your family's contribution to America, and the friendship between Israel and the United States. And God bless you, Bobby. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bobby. Okay.
So America deeper in bed with Israel. That is what that is. We got a young white man done beat his child to damn death.
Oh boy.
And I don't know why he did this shit. Ryan Lawrence, a father, beat his 21-month-old daughter to death with a baseball bat and dumped her body in the stream. He was jealous of the attention she received
That's a
after
baby.
after surviving eye cancer. So we have the black father that raises his son up to the attention.
What
The
the
black
like
father,
that's
well, then
eye
I don't know
cancer?
why he would do it, but he
Look,
did it.
I survived. I look here. I survived eye cancer, and I can see. Shit,
Ron
I can see my
Lawrence,
kid.
Ron Lawrence, no, he didn't survive eye cancer. The child did. Ron
Well,
Lawrence, a father, beat his 21-month-old daughter to death with a baseball bat and dumped
my
her body in a stream because he
so
was jealous after the attention the child received after she received after surviving eye cancer.
look, my child survives. If I would have a kid and it would have survived any type of cancer, eye cancer, I'm joining in under the attention. That's no reason to push a home run on your kid and dump him in the drink. That ain't no reason to push a home run on your kid and dump him in the drink. God dang. You're like, see, my kid survived eye cancer, and there's a chance that the kid will make a full recovery to see me? To
The
see
child
me?
survived eye cancer and the daddy decided to delete him.
He decides to throw a Barry Bonds on the kid and dump him in the drink. Hold on,
Dump him
whoa,
in the
what the?
damn.
I was like, please tell me that's a tire blown out. But it's like that. Like I said, there ain't no reason to pull a Barry Bonds, a Big Mac, Mark McGuire on his or Sammy Sosa on the kid. You know?
Yeah, he a MAGA supporter, make America great again, looking ass white boy that beat his child to death over eye cancer. That's just horrible.
Shit. So he pulled a Babe Ruth. Got it on his kid. That's messed
On
up.
his kid. On his kid. That's just nasty work. Nasty work.
I mean,
Nasty work.
all I know is if I would have a kid that drives, just happy the kid will be able to because
Nasty work.
the kid survived eye cancer and it can see you. The kid can see you. Like, like let me hold him for a bit. I want to hold the kid. Like I said, let me hold him.
Well, this shit gets
Well, good
even
morning,
worse.
y'all. My name is Russian Kimball. My pronouns are he, him, his. I have the I have the privilege of serving as the pastor of Broadway United Methodist Church in downtown Orlando.
Hold up, stop right
and also
there.
My drag name is still a work in progress. So if you have any ideas, just please let me know. There's one floating around, but I'm not going to share that one with you. But
what?
I'm still taking other suggestions. Will you pray with me?
I got a suggestion. Stop. Stop. That's a suggestion.
We got DEI, we got DEI white preachers. We gotta stop this shit. Like this is real DEI. This is real. This is real DEI right here. This is
What did he
real
say?
DEI right here.
Pronouns? What the fuck? Look. We got enough problems. We got enough problems with what? Like we
This
got
is
enough
real
problems.
DEI. This is the real DEI.
Well, good morning, y'all. My name is Russian Kimball. My pronouns are he, him, his. I have the privilege of serving as the pastor of Broadway United Methodist Church in downtown Orlando. And also
Hold on.
They
Let's see
all
if
back there wearing African shit. They wearing like African colors and shit. Look at
look here. This dude sounds white. This dude sounds white as a souffle. This dude sounds white as a casserole.
He
This
definitely
dude sounds.
is. He got on makeup and everything. You should go back and watch this when you can on your computer and see this shit.
This dude sounds whiter than a green bean, like in a green bean casserole.
Oh shit!
This dude sounds whiter than pumpkin spice latte.
He got on makeup and all kind. He like Sam Smith on steroids and some shit. Look at this shit. And they all wearing African Mother God colors. This wild shit.
Man, I gotta see if I got any fucking goddamn aspirin in this first aid kit. Please tell me
Well,
I
good
was smart
morning,
enough.
y'all.
Oh hell.
My name is Russian Kimball. My pronouns are he, him, his. I have the privilege of serving as the pastor of Broadway United Methodist Church in downtown Orlando. And also my drag name is still a work in progress. So if you have any ideas, just please let me know. There's one floating around, but I'm not going to share that one with you. But
I'd like to give you a suggestion. Just stop.
Will you
Stop. Get some help. I ain't got. Look here. I ain't got no aspirin. I ain't got no aspirin in this first aid kit. I'm gonna have to fix that shit.
Nah, but see, it's part of a bigger. It's part of a bigger thing that's happening. Is something that I got to show you. I don't think a lot of people know this, right? It's part of the NAR church, and I don't think a lot of people know actually what it is. So I'm going to actually show people what this is, and I'm going to and even the LGBT and all those people are part of it as well,
Look here. I
right?
ain't been.
So what it's called is the NAR. The NAR is it's not the NRA. The NAR is a new apostolic reformation. Is a Christian supremacist theology belief and controversial movement with far right and combines elements of Pentecostalism and evangelicalism and Seven Mountain Mandate to advocate for spiritual warfare to bring about Christian dominion over all aspects of society and to weaken the separation between church and state.
Wait. Is it? Oh boy, here we go. Isn't that what we founded this country on? Is a separation of church and state?
Not with the NAR. The NAR wants to weaken that. They want to weaken that.
Um, the thing is, we founded the country for separation of church and state because we
Check this
wanted to
right.
get out from under the crown's ass.
So check this right. Long a fringe movement of the American Christian right, it has been characterized as one of the most important shifts in Christianity in modern times. The NAR prominence and power have increased since 2016 with the election of Donald Trump as U.S. president.
Oh boy.
Theology professor Andre Gagny, author of a book 2024, a book of the movement, has characterized it as inherently political and said it threatens the subvert democracy. The Southern Poverty Law Center characterized the NAR as the greatest threat to American democracy that most people have ever heard of.
It is a threat to no, not the democracy, the Constitution. It's a
American
threat to the Constitution because America is a constitutional republic.
American Republican politicians such as Mike Johnson, Doug Mastrono, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, and activist Charlie Kirk have aligned with it.
Oh boy.
Some groups within the border, s- some groups in the broader apostolic prophetic movement have distanced themselves from the NAR. So they've broken up into different factions at this point. It's like different like political cults that have broken up into different factions. So you have the history of the NAR. The NAR, an American missiologic theologian, a church guru, Peter Wagner, was the founder of the New Apostolic Reformation and
Oh
is
boy.
often said to be the corner of the term. The name New Apostolic Reformation and whether it constitutes a distinct movement in the subject of some controversy. Some scholars use the independent network of charismatic INC, the Apostolic Prophetic Movement, the APM, to refer to the NAR. Sociologist Brad Christensen and Richard Flory argued that the NAR is part of the INC, but there is enough difference that not all INC groups would fall under NAR. Religion scholar Matthew B. Taylor uses the NAR to only specifically connect to Wagner's network, referring to other broader movements as the independent charismatics,
So
not even
basically,
Christians,
so basically,
charismatics.
so basically, if this is stuff, that we all have to be Christian, right?
Mhm.
Oh boy.
Elizabeth A. McAllister notes that names spiritual mapping movement, transformation, revival
Dude,
movement,
why are you
and
merging this close to me?
it's
Why are you
right.
on my ass? I'm
It,
sorry. This driver that's completely and utterly hell bent on basically having something go wrong, and this sensor be basically jacking it, just will jack both him and me up.
damn, he need to chill out,
Yeah,
bro.
he needs to chill out. He needs to go home and either bang some chick or rub one out. I don't know.
I don't know, man, but just right. Elizabeth A. McAllister notes that the names spiritual mapping movement. So making America Christian again is going to be done in a movement called spiritual mapping.
It
You,
was
you,
never
do you know how you have certain areas of America that are more Christian? But then now they have to spiritually map that throughout America to make all of America more Christian.
the thing is America.
Transformation. Mhm. So it says
America.
transformational revival movement, and check this right. Third wave evangelical movement are also used.
Oh boy. Oh
The,
boy. What
the
third wave?
third wave evangelical movement, right? So evangelical Christians are political, or it's another word for saying political Christian. The term NAR has been described as relatively well established in the academic community. Some groups within the broader apostolic prophetic movement have distanced themselves from the NAR due to various criticism and controversy, as January 6th Capitol attack and election denialism. So everyone wants to say that Donald Trump was pushing January 6th Capitol attack and in the election denialism. Actually, it was the NAR, the New Apostolic Reformation, that was pushing that into society. I don't even know if it was Russia. It was a special interest Christian group that did this. Evangelical,
Oh,
a special interest evangelical Christian group that pushed this narrative. I don't know if they were right for doing it. I don't know if they were wrong for doing it, but they did it. And it is what it is. Is what it is. Right? Primarily influenced and driven by the North American evangelicals, the NAR is rooted in Pentecostal and charismatic, not Christian, but charismatic Christianity. Charismatic
what is
Christian, what
charismatic?
charismatic. So you have to be a charismatic. They always talk about the black preacher being charismatic or having
Charismatic. Yeah,
suave.
charismatic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
having suave. So the charismatic Christianity is different than compassionate. It's different than compassionate conservatism. Is charismatic Christianity. So you have to have you have to have charisma through Christianity to be conservative. It's crazy.
All
This
I
shit
know,
is.
all I know is like I know a slimy bastard when I see one. And they're usually the charismatic pastors from church. So yeah, that I know a slimy bastard when I see one.
Yeah, so they're really Pentecostal, and they're part of the charismatic Christianity movement, namely the first wave Pentecostalism, and
Oh,
the second wave of charismatic Christianity of the 1960s and 1980s, making Christianity more modern and cool. Charismatic Christianity, of the
yeah, so basically a bunch of slimy bastards.
The
One,
NAR, the NAR has been described as taking restoricism, right? Restore America, dominism, taking over other countries, and end times revival focus of the latter rain movement. Through the lead of the new Christian influence on the world and the authoritarian nature of the shepherding movement. It's something called the shepherding
I can't
movement.
see how that could go wrong. I can't see how that could
So
go wrong.
let's go into charismatic Christianity. Charismatic Christianity is a form of Christianity that emphasizes the work of the Holy Spirit and spiritual gifts as an everyday part of a believer's life.
So
It has global presence in the Christian community. Practitioners of often called charismatic Christians, renewalists, often there. Let me click on this.
slimy bastards.
I say Christianity. They speak in tongue.
Oh, those
No
crazy
longer
motherfuckers.
no longer necessary as evidence of the Baptist with the Holy Spirit and giving prominence to the diversity of spiritual gifts. Right. So hold on. Given to a diversity of spiritual gifts. This shit is DEI spirituality.
Ooh boy. Oh, so we got a bunch of slimy bastards. Did they hold rattlesnakes too?
Man,
Did they juggle rattlesnakes as well?
this shit come up out of California, the Roman Catholic Church, the
Wait.
neo
Roman Catholic
charismatic.
Church? Oh,
Yes,
Roman
the Roman
Catholic Church?
the
The
Roman
Roman
Catholic Church.
Catholic Church?
Hey, look, no, check this right. This is a mention. Look, the charismatic movement reached the Lutherans, the Presbyterians, the Roman Catholics, the Methodists.
Yo, I
And
mean
check this
the
right.
Roman Catholic.
Check this right. They created something called the Jesus Army in 1969. The Jesus
Oh,
Army.
Waco, Waco, Texas, Waco, Texas, all over again.
Ah!
Waco, Texas. So basically, you got a whole look here. The Roman Catholic Church, a whole bunch of people that have told boys, make sure to swallow the holy seed. You got to get that holy seed in you, but it tastes nasty.
Check this right. Then you do have the shepherd movement, the shepherding movement. The shepherding movement, sometimes called um discipleship movement.
Yeah, I got a
was,
feeling that I'm gonna butt heads with one of them.
was an influence of controversial movement within some British, Australian, and American char- charismatic churches. The movement was also called the Christian Growth Movement. It was set up by Christian leaders as a discipleship network. It was pioneered by five teachers: Charles Simpson, Bob Mumford, Derek Prince, Don Bashman, and Ern Baxter, based in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Good Lord. See, in the
Ah,
military, wow, in the military, there were certain churches that we weren't allowed to go to, you know, for reasons that, well, it had some interesting points, interesting ways of, how should I say this? Interesting superiority beliefs, you know. But what? This is madness. Like I got a feeling I'm gonna butt heads with them, because I know they're gonna knock on my door and I'm gonna tell them to fuck off. You know. Because they're gonna knock on my door and I'm gonna tell them to go to hell. Or I might just open up the door in my boxers. You know.
yeah, like they say that they moved into spiritual warfare and exorcisms and with the neo charismatic movement. So it's not the new Christian movement, it's the new charismatic movement of
Oh boy.
and then it has the spiritual warfare network, which goes into the network state and using Christianity to take over newer territories. The NAR is about to be a very interesting thing. Right, and
Oh.
says right. Wagner book Dominion. He has a book called Dominion: How the Kingdom Action Can Change the World. And I'm gonna have to get that. How Kingdom Action Can Change the World, and that's what Donald Trump wants to have, a kingdom with its language and spiritual violence. Hold on. With its language of spiritual violence, what the fuck? Hold up,
Oh boy.
hold the fuck up.
This is getting interesting.
Hold up, hold up. Let's roll this back for a second. Let me read this again. Wagner's book, Dominion: How Kingdom Action Can Change the World, in 2008,
Uh
with
huh.
its language of spiritual violence, set the NAR on a trajectory away from its simple reformation of the church organizational structure towards gaining political influence through spiritual warfare. What the fuck? We have been, no
Ah.
wonder we've been, no wonder we've been in the Middle East and we tied to Israel, because the NAR believes in spiritual warfare. In order,
So this is the crusade all over again.
yes, it says so they believe in political influence through spiritual warfare in order to transform society. The same year, the candidacy of the U.S. Vice President candidate Sarah Palin helped cement partisan engagement among the NAR. And she has
Oh
for
boy.
decades been a part of the independent, charismatic, and the NAR circles, as it was part of the NAR spiritual warfare organization. So this shit goes as far back as Sarah Palin. Simply shortly therefore his death of 2016, Wagner, so the guy died in 2016. Wagner would later endorse Donald Trump's candidacy for U.S. president. His endorse has called for one of the most consequential evangelical endorsements of Trump's that year.
Now
This
the question:
shit is real.
I better not end up in Afghanistan all over again. I can tell you that much.
That's right.
We better.
The movement is global, growing in Latin America, Africa, and Asia, with it constituting a significant part of the church growth in the southern hemisphere. American missionaries introduced new apostolic thought and spiritual warfare practices to Haitian pastors, and seminarians. During the first presidency of John Bertrand Aristide and gaining following in 2010 Haiti earthquake. So after the 2010 Haiti earthquake, the NAR's presence in Haiti grew even more through transnational missionary work. Transnational missionary work. Additional tenets typical of NAR have spread into borders to broader Pentecostal and charismatic worlds. NAR beliefs have global reach through Trinity Broadcasting Network, TBN.
Yep.
That's the big Christianity network on cable TV, TBN. And TBN is hooked up to the NAR in the IR in the what's that shit?
NIR.
The IR. The thing is that
I just want this guy.
it's anyway the independent charismatic is the IRA or something like it's they got so many damn shit. But the TBN, an international Christian television network,
Do it.
regularly promotes the teaching of the NAR in its programming.
You wait. Hold on. Hold on. This guy waits till I turn my turn signal on to get up. Okay. All right. But so basically they're basically pulling some BS that they because they think that this guy's just trying to get a paycheck.
Mhm.
This guy's just trying to get a paycheck. I know what he's trying to do. He waited till our turn signal came on, and instead of backed off, he got closer.
But look, y'all gotta grab me something to eat. And this is a good live stream. We had a good conversation.
Yeah, but it's like it's crazy that it's like you're it's crazy that it's good to know who I'm gonna be butting heads against. You
Yeah, so
know.
the NAR is pretty much running this Ukraine and Russia war. And I think that the NAR is going to use is going to use Russia and not Ukraine. And the NAR is against the EU. This whole religious freedom shit is dumb. This whole religious freedom and freedom of religion and all that, that's done. America is NAR. America is the new apostolic reformation. Everyone wants to talk about Project 2025. The same people that gave you Project 2025 are that's the NAR. Like so every so like with the like the like what's the name of that? The Birkin the people that wrote the new NAR. No,
So basically, what they gonna do about them Tibetan monks?
they ain't nothing. They out of here.
They gonna go get they gonna basically they're gonna wipe the Tibetan monks out.
So yes, the Heritage Foundation is just another NAR. It's just another offset of the NAR. That's pretty much it. That's
Oh boy.
the Heritage. That everyone wants to run around Heritage Foundation Project 2025. You can't have a Heritage Foundation in the Project 2025 without the NAR. But most people aren't going to talk about that shit. Is what it is. Yo, my brother, you have a blessed one. And if we end up having to strap up for the NAR, I guess it is what it is.
I hope I'm retired by then. Please let me be retired. You know,
Well, it's coming,
because
and it ain't going away.
once I retire, they can blow it out their ass. They can fight it out themselves. Once I retire, I'm going to